Alrighty, welcome to a cube draft, and this is a 64-player single elim draft. You can actually kind of see that up here if you have really good eyesight. And what that means, well, got a 3-0 or bust. If I 3-0, get to draft again, try to win the trophy. And you know what? Not the pack I'd want to start with given that, but I think Gut still pretty good. There's Brainstorm, there's like K-Command, Baleful Strix, Corpse Dance, Hymn to Turok. These are all solid cards. But I think Gut is going to be the highest payoff card. So let's just take that. See if there's any BKs in my draft. Oh, there is. BK's a couple seats down. That's funny. Slacks is passing to me 2 seats away as well. All right. Well, I knew BK was playing in this one, so I figured he might be in there. Well, first pick Gut. Not what you dream of, but second pick Fourth Year Lingus goes really nicely with first pick Gut. Must have been a good pack. There's a Tinker, a Mana Leak, a Skull Clamp in the pack as well, but I think fourth is better than those cards to begin with. Like pick one, pack one. As loath as I am to admit it, I think you should take fourth over Tinker or Mana Leak, and then once I have Gut, well, it's not even close. Not even close to being close. So yeah, now I think we've got a great start. All right, and here I think it's actually Mother of Runes after taking Fourth Year Lingus and Gut, just because this is good at protecting Gut, or maybe giving you a creature to attack with and sacrifice depending on the matchup. And it's a very powerful card. I would love a Legion Extruder. It's also a pretty nice little combo. It's a good thing to sack to Gut. And I think this card is just good. But I think it's Mother of Runes. There's also Animate Dead and Blood Tithe. And Animate Dead is quite strong. But given I just took a white card, I should just take another white card. Maybe I'll wheel Usher of the Fallen out of that pack. Plus, I know that Slacks, Jesse Hampton's passing to me. And, he's 2 seats away, and he basically never drafts White Weenie, so I feel like after getting past Fourth Year Lingus and Mother of Runes, and I already know kind of Jesse's not usually drafting that, I feel like this is the place to be. Ooh, and this is a nice pickup. Bonus points to any viewers who know what I'm going to take, because I don't think it's close. Yeah, of course, it's Wooded Foothills. One of the things that's key if you're trying to draft Red-White is that you have a Sacred Foundry or a Plateau, plus a couple fetches. I mean, you can survive without those, but the deck is so much worse. Also, Prismatic Ending and Angie's Ravager are not remotely close to being what I want out of that pack. So I still feel pretty good. This looks like a good start. And here I'll probably take Council's Judgment. The mana's a little rough, but when you're white-red, you are usually base white splash red, despite my first 2 picks being a red card and a red-white card. And there's no other good red-white card in this pack. There is a Jace and like a Ketria Triumph. I'm just trying to also look. One of the things you don't want to see is, let's say 5th pick, there was no good red or white card here, but there was like, a counterspell and a snuff out or something. And we're not quite at that level. I think it seems like red-white is fairly open, or at least open enough. Though this pack does have Spell Pierce and nothing for me. There is Thundering Falls, which I can get off of Wooded Foothills and could open the door for a splash. There's Flare of Duplication is actually pretty funny with Fourth Year Lingus. So you go Fourth Year Lingus, let's say for 3, and then you sack a red creature and you copy it and you get 6 tokens. That is pretty good. There's also Manamorphose, but that fixes the wrong direction. I think I'm going to take the Thundering Falls and just kind of keep my eye open. Though here I definitely take Elegant Parlor. I like Burst Lightning, but a red-white Surveil land is so perfect for this deck. There's also a Giver of Runes and a Toxic Deluge, Paradise Druid. There's some decent cards here, but I think the red-white Surveil land is too important. Here, I'll probably just take Embereth Shieldbreaker. Not the most exciting pick in the world, but I think it's fine. It's a little bit of disruption. You can sack it to Gut. And then here, I'll take Sarah Paragon. Harsh Mentor, I haven't really been impressed with. Sarah Paragon, I think, is awesome. And I have a fetch land. And these Surveil lands actually help, too. I surveil some cards into the graveyard to set up the Paragon. I just find Sarah Paragon to be a strong card. Oh, and a Fabled Passage. That's pretty late. I didn't think that I thought that was one of the, not the best cards in the pack, but one of the more good ones. And then there's a Inquisition as well and Colonnade. I don't think Voldaren Epic here, despite it being great with Gut, is as good as Fabled Passage here. So, well, Legion Extruder wheeled, so did Usher. I've got to take Usher here. I think Usher's way too good with Gut, and having 1-drops is really strong. But it's a really good sign that Extruder's still there. There's also Blood Tithe and Tide Hollow Sculler. So Mardu colors seem pretty open. Blue has generally not seemed that open, and green has not seemed open at all. So I like where I'm at. This is a good start, I think. And this pack, I don't think I'm playing any of these cards. I guess I'll take the Knight of the Reliquary. Here, I suppose I'll take Concealed Courtyard. There's like a very minor chance I end up doing that. And you know what? I'll take the Flare of Duplication. If I end up with enough, well, last pick Sylvan, so maybe green is open? I don't even know. If I end up with enough red creatures and like a Fire Blast or a Chain Lightning, I could see Flare getting kind of interesting. All right, let's go. What do we got? Broadside Bombardiers. No complaints here. I do like Bombardiers a lot. Carnage Interpreter is good too, but Bombardiers is the stone nuts. Does make me wish I had taken a Legion Extruder. Nah, Usher's also great with Bombardiers. And I'll probably wheel Benevolent Bodyguard. Don't think the Carnage Interpreter's coming back. Like Balance, Mana Drain, Grief, Carnosaur, Snapcaster, Skydiver, and probably Interpreter go. But I'm happy enough with Bomba. Into Ragavan? All right. And I would love if Ocelot Pride came back. This is such a good Ocelot Pride deck. It's so good with both Gut and Bombardiers. There's also a Smuggler's Copter. I don't care about Ragran Triumph. I have Elegant Parlor. A Wasteland. I don't think Saga's coming back. A Portable Hole, but yeah. Slamming Ragavizi here, and still very much in the market for Plateau or Sacred Foundry. It would be very, very difficult for me to pass those. It'd have to be something like a Swords to Plowshares in the pack. Well, there's the Plateau, and I don't see a Swords to Plowshares, so we're slamming it. Okay, so Plateau over a Reckless Pyro Surfer and an Unexpectedly Absent. Easy. It's really nice when the land you want comes without in a pack without where you don't have to sacrifice much. It makes it very easy just to take it. Whoa, that's a late Mana Vault. All right, what is this? Pick 4? Okay. Well, I'm taking it. Mana Vault is fantastic with Gut, Broadside Bombardiers, and Fourth Eorlingus. It's not the best with the 1-drops, but it's still better than everything else in the pack. And Showdown of the Scalds could potentially wheel. Same with the Interrupter. Either way, very nice to pick up that Mana Vault. Okay, this is going really well. You know, Red-White's not the deck I draft the most, for sure, but I'm trying to win this draft, and I believe this is firmly where I should be. All right, and here, there's an Obsidian Charmaw, which is kind of a cool card. 5 mana, 4/4 flying, destroys a ETB, destroys a non-basic of your opponents, and for every land they produce that can produce colorless, this costs 1 less, but I'm still just going to take Elite Spellbinder. Spellbinder's fantastic. There's also a Scrubland, a Tribal Flames. I mean, maybe Charmaw comes back, but I'm not too worried either way. Oh, and Flicker Wisp. My mana's looking pretty good. I'm going to take Thundering Falls out. I don't really need this one. I have 2 red-white lands plus 2 fetches. Well, 1 kind of bad fetch, but that's enough to pretty reliably play Flicker Wisp. You can flicker a Mana Vault. You can flicker... nothing else yet, but I'll get good cards to flicker. There's also Mind Collapse, which is good, and I have that Flare of Duplication in the sideboard, but I think Flicker Wisp is very good. Oh, it can flicker a Spellbinder, yeah. Here, I think Detective's Phoenix is actually kind of great. You need expensive cards in the graveyard, but not that expensive by the time you really want to do this, and just casting it can be okay. I think it's better than Guardian Scale Lord, and I don't really need Jetmir's Garden, so I'm pretty sure Detective Phoenix is good here. Oh, there's the Fire Blast. Oh, and I picked up some kind of dorky red creatures for Flare. Because there's also Dragon's Rage Channeler, that card is good. Oh, or Hallowed Fountain, because then with the Thundering Falls, I kind of have the start to a blue splash, but I don't have any blue cards I need to splash. Fire Blast also somewhat of a combo with Sarah Paragon, because you can Fire Blast and replay a mountain immediately. I think I will take the Fire Blast. Oh, Carnage Interpreter came back? Wow, that card is great. I have a lot of 3s, but this card is very, very good. And also kind of nice with free spells like Fire Blast and Flare. All right, I've kind of got a weird build going here, but we'll see where we end up. You know, getting the Phoenix into Fire Blast into Interpreter, I'm still going to be playing some white, but it's possible this deck gets a little lighter on white, though Flicker Wisp, Sarah Paragon, Mother Runes, Usher of the Fallen are all very good. And of course, I'm playing Fourth Eorlingus in the final deck, no matter what I do. But it is possible I end up heavier red than I thought. Oh, Smuggler's Copter came back? I will not look a gift copter in the mouth. I like Goldspan, and it is very good with Mana Vault, but a 2-drop is something I'm lacking, and it's really good in this deck. I've got a lot of cards I can use to crew it. It's just a really, really efficient attacker that helps kind of smooth out your draw. So I kind of feel like we're doing it here. And now, okay, Pyro Surfer, you know, it's kind of a combo with Fourth Eorlingus. If you have this in play already, you can go land, cast, maybe fetch land, crack it, cast 4th, attack with a bunch of 4/2s. Plus, it's just a good 2-drop. 2/2 haste. And Showdown came back. I'm into that. All right. I don't think Ephemerate's a big deal. I'll take Tribal Flames, though I don't really see myself playing it. Oh, Mind Collapse or Blood Crypt? It's actually a really interesting pick. I think it's got to be Mind Collapse. This looks like a deck that can use it. Oh, Hallowed, or Horizon Canopy is not 0% with like a Sarah Paragon in the mix, but obviously green-white isn't really what I'm looking for. All right. Pack 3. Maybe a nice little Mox to help speed us up. No, a brick of a pack, unfortunately. The one thing that this deck is lacking is that my first picks have not been very close to power. I guess Broadside's like kind of close, but I'm going to be first picking Inspiring Vantage out of this pack. Ooh. I mean, it's that or Thraben Inspector, neither of which are that enticing. I'd much rather just take the land. Okay, so let's see if we can get past some action. There's a Robber of the Rich here, a Sunbaked Canyon, and a Samwise. Not really. I guess this looks like a Robber of the Rich deck to me. Sunbaked Canyon has a decent chance of coming back. I just took a land, and I don't think I'm going to want Samwise in my deck. See, right there, if I'd gotten to take like a Lightning Bolt or something, I wouldn't feel too bad. Second picking Robbers is just a rough spot to be in. And here, it always pains me when I pass at Slayering Academy, but I'm probably going to take Headliner Scarlet. Abrade, I've already got a couple removal spells, and I think Headliner Scarlet is better than Chandra. There's also City of Traders, which I guess I would be interested in, but I think this looks like a pretty easy Headliner pick. And right now, I'm at 18 lands, so I'm not really lacking playables in any direction. Misty does not do anything for me. Neither does Volcanic. I just don't have any blue cards that I would consider playing, so I guess probably Firebolt. I think Grim Monolith is just not going to be good in this deck. Mana Vault and Grim Monolith, not the same thing here. So, all right, I'll kind of unhappily take a Firebolt. This has been kind of a bad pack, so we'll have to reevaluate after this. And Underworld Breach that I can't use. I guess I just need 2 drops, so Porcelain Legionnaire will do the trick. Yeah, all right. Not thrilling, but I'm getting to a point where I could consider cutting a lot of the white cards. Because imagine if I cut if I cut Council's Judgment, Sarah Paragon, Flicker Wisp. Because right now I'm at a couple cards over. I could do something like that. I would like to pick up another spell for Flare. Right now I have Firebolt, Fire Blast, Mind Collapse, and Fourth Earlingus, which is not quite enough. Though this can copy their spells too, which is pretty nice. And then maybe I still splash the Mother of Runes. I don't know. We'll have to see how this shakes out. But it's like mana-wise I can play red and white, but I don't know if it really makes sense to be playing 2 early white. So we'll see. We'll see. Here, well, now I kind of have to make that decision because there's Intrepid Adversary and I need 2s more than 3s. So, Death Greeter's Champion is pretty strong. Let's see. I guess I could cut like Showdown, Council's Judgment sounds pretty good as a way or card to copy with Flare 2, by the way. I'm not really sure which one I want here. I think I'm going to take Death Greeters. I think this card is also just a bit stronger. And, excuse me, if I cut the Flicker Wisp, then I'm not going to worry too much about it. Here I'll probably take Oliphant. I don't have that as many early plays. It can go get a red-white land, and I can also just cast it. It's a good card to cast. I think Savai Triumph's not super needed. I've got a tapped red-white land and kind of a tapped red-white land in Fabled Passage, so. All right, one more pick. Oh, what is going on with this Altered Hex Drinker? I do like Lotus Petal, but I also really like Reprieve. Reprieve is fantastic, and it makes up for the fact this deck doesn't have as many 2s as it wants. All right. This was a pretty mediocre pack for me, but I thought the deck was pretty good going into pack 3, so I feel pretty good about this so far. Right now, I need to cut, if you count Oliphant, I want to play 17 lands plus Mana Vault. This is 13, 14, I need to cut 3 cards. Yeah, that seems doable. Maybe I do cut Flicker Wisp, maybe I cut Reckless Pyro Surfer, maybe I cut this Flare of Duplication, I'm not sure. Thraben came back. Okay, I really do like Thraben, and I'm just going to be playing red-white. I don't think I'm going to cut down on the white that much. I just need my early drops, and a lot of them are white. I like Bonehorde Dracosaur too, but Thraben Inspector with both broadside and cut, which it's funny because those cards always kind of go together. They reward basically the same thing, which is putting random material on the board. Thraben's fantastic with both, and it's good with Flicker Wisp. So I wish I could sack it to Flare of Duplication. I think Flare is going to not make the cut ultimately. If they have good spells to copy, I'd be more inclined. Oh, I will take Sunbait Canyon. I like Samwise too, but I mean, getting another red-white land seems really good. Oh, City of Traders versus Abrade. How much do I want City of Traders in this deck? It's good with like those, this. It's good. It can be good with, yeah, Gut, Broadside, Spellbinder, Detective Phoenix. But Abrade is also really good. I think I'd rather just have Abrade here. And then I guess I'll take the cut down as a hate draft because this is a pod draft after all. Do I want, maybe I cut the Mind Collapse because I think Abrade is a little bit better. Cut the Pyro Surfer and cut the Pyro Surfer. And I don't know which 3 to cut if I want to cut a 3. I could probably cut Showdown of the Scalds. It feels like I have some good gas already here. I guess no one wants the Breach. Would I play Breach with Fire Blast? No, that doesn't work, right? Yeah, it doesn't. Sure, whatever. I'll take the Breach. There's been a breach. And, oh, Intrepid came back? Yeah, so, like, this pack probably should have gone a little better. Should, in the sense that, like, you know, there is a great cosmic injustice. No, mostly what I mean by should is clearly this deck was open, and this pack was still kind of bad. Like, Abrade Wield got its last pick, Intrepid Adversary, or second to last pick. Thraben Wield, Red-White Land Wield. It just, the packs I opened were really bad. Basically my first 4 picks or 5 picks were, I think, on balance, a lot weaker than you can expect if we were to like rerun it, but yeah, we are where we are. So let's go from there. This is still a little bit short, or a little bit long rather. This is 14, 15 land, which means I need to cut like 2 cards. I could cut the Fire Blast, I suppose. Though it's really nice with Detective's Phoenix. You could go pretty hard there. I'll have to see. All right. So yeah, I got to make a couple cuts here. Let's take this Oliphant out as well. Sort by mana value. So it's possible with this Abrade and getting enough early plays, I could take the Embereth Shieldbreaker out. I also have Council's Judgment. And then I definitely have to take out a 3-drop, though. The Porcelain Legionnaire is a 2-drop. That is important. Honestly, it might be Flicker Wisp. I don't have that many good Flicker combos. Flicker and Carnage Interpreter is like kind of whatever. You don't usually need more clues here. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to cut. I'm not going to cut Spellbinders, Bombardiers, Death Greeters, Gut. So it's like one of those 3. Yeah, I do think it's actually the Flicker Wisp. Funnily enough, I think Detective Phoenix is going to be great here, and especially with Oliphant. That's a great way to get Collect Evidence 6 going. All right. And I think the Fire Blast is good. It could be a Showdown of the Scalds. It could be the Flicker Wisp goes back in or Mind Collapse. This deck just looks like it can get assemble some nice burn hands. All right. Let's sort by color. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be about even here. Especially since I have how many dual lands? These are all duals. Yeah, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 duals. So basically I get to put 5 and 5 in and end up with 12 and 12. Well, this is great mana. So I will say that we really did do it on the mana base. All right. Let's get in there. Alrighty, time for round 1. I'm on the play. That's nice. Any mana vaults? No, but turn 1 Mother of Runes, turn 2 Robber of the Rich is a great start. I even have Council's Judgment up. Maybe not turn 3 exactly, but soon enough, since I don't have an untapped white source, but we'll see what we're battling. This new Summoning Sick thing is not great. Oh, all right. Well, I guess we just got to play turn 1 Hymn to Turok then. They had to pitch Solitude because they weren't beating it otherwise, and I still have fewer cards in hand. Hit Sunfall. All right, blue-white control. I don't actually mind playing against blue-white control that much. Let's see. They have 5. I have 5. It's kind of interesting. I think I will play the Elegant Parlor, even though I could flip a 3. Oh, I will keep Reprieve on top. At some point, that'll be good. I don't know when, but let's see. Hit Seachrome Cust. All right. Because against Blue Eye Control, these decks can play for the long game pretty nicely. So get a nice Showdown of the Scalds in there or what have you. Robber of the Rich is kind of doing its work here. And if I can hit a playable at some point, imagine that. Oh, Samwise? Yeah, I'll hit a Samwise. Why not? Samwise Gamgee. Play this. I even have the Reprieve. I guess if they have Remand, it's kind of annoying. Mana Leak? Okay. That I don't care about. I'm not going to Reprieve here, especially since I couldn't Reprieve the Samwise anyway. I'd go back to their hand. Cryptic Coat? Yeah, that one I will Reprieve. I think I'll be pretty happy to do that. I have nothing to do with Sarah Paragon yet, but I will dash a Ragavan. And they have 5 cards, so hit with these 2. Robber hit another land. Let's see if Ragavan can hit something. And exiled another land? Yeah, an island. All right. Play a land, and I'll just cast the Porce Legionnaire for the full amount. I feel like, first of all, they'd have to have literal, Wrath, like a 4-mana Wrath, Dam or something. And even then, I still have Ragavan Paragon in hand. I can definitely play another creature here. Their deck looks solid. Solitude, Manitize, Samwise, Mana Leak, Sunbaked, or Sunfall. Decent stuff. Cryptic Coat, sure. Let's see. I think I'm going to go Council's Judgment, vote for the creature, and then dash Ragavan, and then this puts them to 3 here. And, oh, no, they were done. All right. So playing against control deck, I do want Showdown. I probably don't want Fire Blast quite as much, or maybe Fire Bolt. A Braid still seems fine. Can kill the coat at the very least. Do I want Embereth Shieldbreaker? I've just seen the one artifact, and it's not like the best to hit. Flicker Wisp also seems kind of nice, especially with Showdown. I think I'll take out the 2 burn spells, and I'll put in Flicker Wisp and Showdown. I think that'll be my plan for now. Okay. On the draw. Yep, great hand again. Turn 1 Mother of Runes into cycle Oliphant into Spellbinder, and then this Showdown of the Scalds hopefully does some work. Oh, you have a Giver of Runes. Well, that doesn't bother me too much because A, I've got Council's Judgment, it gets around it, and B, it can only protect other creatures anyway. Preordain. And Mother of Runes didn't die. Nice. Oh, I will just play Smuggler's Copter. That seems like a great play. And then next turn I can go Spellbinder, take a removal spell or whatever your most expensive card is out, and then Crew Copter. If they counter the Spellbinder, then they have a Mox as well, huh? If they counter the Spellbinder, then maybe I'll have to do something else, but all right. Well, Cryptic Coat doesn't bother me too much. Let's go Mountain, Spellbinder. Let's see what you got. Their hand is Wrath, Solitude, and lands. I think I'm going to take the Solitude. They can still play it fairly easily, but I just don't care about Wrath that much on this board state. I think I discard Usher here, and they'd have to pitch. Now they have to pitch to cast it, basically, because it's going to cost 7 otherwise. And they're losing this race badly. If they want to Wrath away, Giver, their cloaked creature, and well, they'd lose their Wrath to kill my Mother of Runes and Spellbinder. I'm fine with that. Next turn I can go like Ragavan, Copter. I mean, I could have discarded Oliphant, but I think with Showdown in hand, I'd rather just make sure I'm getting my 4th land. Okay. I guess I'll block the Giver of Runes and give my Mother of Runes pro white here. I feel like this is just a Wrath, is what makes the most sense. Yeah. All right, and they got an Avid Interrupter, funny. So now I could just play Showdown this turn. That seems better than hitting with Smuggler's Copter. All right, what do we got? Any good cheap cards? Oh yeah, we got some good ones. I can't quite bestow the Phoenix, but we're getting there. They have a Solitude still exiled, remembered. And now they're going to replay their Cryptic Coat. Oh, the Cryptic Goat. All right. Let's take my turn, and I'm going to spew the first Showdown counter, but I'm not going to spew any past that. Okay. Oh, the Flicker Wisp. That's going to be nice here, too. Okay, let's play the Sunbaked Canyon. What do we want to do? We've got a bunch of options. I guess I'm probably not attacking with Ragavan. So let's start by casting Ragavan, crew the Copter, and then I can abrade the Cryptic Coat, which I think seems kind of nice. Yeah, so let's go cast Abrade, destroy target artifact on Cryptic Coat, put a +1/+1 counter on Smuggler's Copter. Thraben Inspector, put another counter on Smuggler's Copter. And then now I'm going to bestow the Phoenix onto the Thraben Inspector. That is sick. Yeah, Phoenix is pretty nice. Let's give this Thraben Inspector. Oh, I guess I actually maybe should have gone it the other way and then Phoenixed up the Ragavan. Oh, yeah, that would have been better. But this is still pretty great, to be honest. And send for 10 or for 9 in the air, and I even get to loot. Why not? Discard this Oliphant. Don't need this anymore. Yeah, I mean, they have a Solitude. They're gonna have to do something with that. Now they can spend 7 to cast Solitude, but I think I can just. Do I just Fourth Eorlingus here? I could cast Council's Judgment. No, that doesn't seem good. Let's see. If I Fourth Eorlingus here and put a +1/+1 counter on Ragavan, or maybe I crew the Copter. Let's see. They spend 7 to cast Solitude. They exile, let's say, the Thraben or the Copter. And then they take 4 down to 4. They have 3 tokens. The other alternative is to just attack with the 2 flyers, and then they kill the Copter, and they go to 4. And yeah, that actually seems better. Let's just crew and cast Porcelain Legionnaire, paying the 2 life, put a +1/+1 counter on the Thraben Inspector. And then I'll save the Flicker Wisp for now. I didn't get to flicker my Showdown, but I think that's okay. All right, now they're going to Solitude the Smuggler's Copter, I would assume. And then I hit them down to 3 here. And cast Flicker Wisp. Let's see. Or I could also Council's Judgment. What am I flickering? I'm not really getting anything by flickering. So let's actually just cast Council's Judgment. And I'll put a +1/+1 counter on, I think, the Ragavan. And then exile the Solitude. This way they can't get any lifelink action. Now they're at 3, facing down 3 lethal threats. Fourth Eorlingus in hand. Detective's Phoenix stays behind even if they Sunfall. I don't really see too many ways out of this for them. And you know what? Showdown of the Scalds? Great sideboard card. That's why I took it. All right, 1-0. Let's keep going. Let's see if we play against BK. We'll see if we get the Clash of the Titans there. All right, time for round 2 here. Battling against Slacks, the end boss. All right, and yeah, this is a totally fine hand. I'm going to go turn 1 Mother of Runes, turn 2 Cycle Oliphant for Elegant Parlor. Assuming I don't draw a 2-drop. If I draw a 2-drop, obviously, that is great. And then Spellbinder with Council's Judgment. So that's what this deck does. It's a very solid, fair hand. I'm not doing usually a ton better than that. Slacks kept his opener. Let's just go Mother of Runes and go. Atrocious Summoning Sick animation. Oh, red-green? I like my matchup against red-green. Mother Runes especially is great. Ooh, all right. Let's Mountain Cycle for Elegant Parlor. Play the Elegant Parlor. Sure, I'll keep a Reprieve. I feel like, given that I have plays over the next couple turns, keeping Reprieve is fine. Okay. Paradise Druid, huh? Let's play the Spellbinder. I think that's going to be better than Council Judgmenting. No, it actually didn't really work out better, funnily enough, because he's got a bunch of plays he can make here. I guess I have to take Isika's Chariot. I think that one's going to be a more annoying thing to play against. And now he can Ulvenwald, and I could trade Mother of Ruse for the Ulvenwald if I wanted to. Okay, looks like he's just going to go Sentinel and Delighted Halfling. Okay. Let's take my turn. Let's see what I draw. Carnage Interpreter is one that I actually am going to be pretty happy to play at some point here. So I could play Gut. Yeah, I kind of like that. So the reason I like playing Gut here is I can turn the Elite Spellbinder into a 4/1, which I think is worth it, especially with Mother Runes in play. But more than that, it sets up Carnage Interpreter Gut pretty soon here, which I think is also going to be good. He could double block, but I have this Mother Rune, so it's going to make that a little tougher. So he's got, well, Chariot's not in hand. He's got those 3 cards in hand right now that I know about. He's going to play his Forest. He's going to attack. I'm going to block with Gut and give it pro green, I think. I just think it's worth not taking 3 damage. He had to have drawn a removal spell in 1 card, basically. And now he's just going to play Isika's Chariot here. Yep. Okay. So a land would be pretty nice. Keeping this Reprieve kind of didn't work out. Let's go... I could Council's Judgment. I could just play Carnage Interpreter, and then I can attack with 2 skeletons. Yeah, that sounds better to me. Let's just do it. We're moving all in here, because I can sack a Clue to make a skeleton and put a 5/5 into play. That's got to be better than just playing 1 spell here. So, happy enough to do that. Had I been the Reprieve, I would have drawn the Vantage a turn prior, and then gotten to play it last turn. It would have been a lot better, but... the way the game was going, it looked like Reprieve might be good. He's going to take 8 this turn. Well, he could throw away some creatures to block the skeleton token. But with Mother of Runes here, I'm going to get some pretty good value. So discard some clues and attack with skeleton and sack a clue. Whew. Let's get in there. Crewing the Chariot. Okay, double blocking. Yeah, I'll order the Chariot first, and I'll give this pro green. All right, and now he's at 12, but I mean, if he doesn't have a removal spell this turn, it's going to be really hard to beat 3 Menace Skeletons attacking plus a Carnage Interpreter. He's got Oddity and Territorial Kavu in hand. Yeah, and he's going to have to put some nice blocks together here. Map token revealing 6. That's not going to do it, I don't think. I would be surprised if he kept that, yeah. And then cast Territorial Kavu, but I just kind of have all the initiative here. Can't even attack with the Sentinel. Let's see, draw. So if I fourth the Orlingus, I have 17 points of menace. He has to block. Oh, and I can give Gut pro green if I want. Put you to 10. You block 3 tokens, and you block Carnage Interpreter and still just die. This seems like it should be enough here. Let's attack. This game was completely ruled by just Gut here. And sack a clue, and let's see. So you can block token, Carnage Interpreter, token, and take 1,000,000. And let's make Gut pro green. And double block, or block, take 13, yeah. All right. It turns out Gut can just carry some games, and whew, that was nice. That was all Gut Carnage Interpreter right there. Playing against green, I definitely want this Mind Collapse in. And don't really want Embrace Shieldbreaker. Flicker Wisp? Do I want this Fire Blast in? And I like Firebolt, of course. Abrade. Fire Blast I like a little less. Basically, I think it's going to come down to more towards playing to the board. Fire Blast you really want when you're trying to finish a game. Don't want Tribal Flames. Embrace Shieldbreaker kills Asika's Chariot, but that's about it. All right, I think I'm down to a battle like this. Let's see. On the draw. All right, this is going to be the Broadside Bombardier show, hopefully. Let's go turn 1 Mother of Runes. Hopefully draw a turn 2 drop, and then turn 3 I can go Bombardiers into Carnage Interpreter. Oh, geez, Orcish Lumberjack, okay. Oh, man, Carnage Interpreter, Detectives Phoenix? That's a nice combo. Discard the Phoenix to the Interpreter and then just bestow. Could be good. Mother of Runes is just an incredible card. Oh, wow, he's not sacking a land. I'm not going to trade here, I think. Mother of Runes is just way too good in this matchup. Scavenging Ooze. Okay, well, I drew a 2-drop. I'm just going to Firebolt the Scavenging Ooze. You can play something big, but Scavenging Ooze is good against Detectives Phoenix. And if he plays something and I kill it with Bombardiers, that's not too bad. Okay. Elegant Parlor as well. Let's go Bombardiers. Oh, another combo I have here, by the way. Bombardiers plus Detectives Phoenix. I can just sack the Detectives Phoenix for for value there. Okay, so he's going to... Oh, maybe I should side in Shieldbreaker. I did see Urza's Saga, so it seems pretty likely he's got something to do with that. Look at that. That's firing on all cylinders here. All right. So I could Carnage Interpreter here, but I kind of like the Detectives Phoenix play, sacking it to the broadside. Let's play this. Let's attack. And if he wants to double block my Bombardiers, I'd be fine with that. Okay. Yeah, that's not going to work out very well. Throw the Phoenix at the thing, and then I get to even play an Elegant Parlor this turn. I think I'm going to... Do I want to graveyard this? Yeah, I think I'll graveyard that. My hand is pretty strong. And then now I still have Mother of Runes up. Urza's Saga, I assume he's going to... Oh, he didn't even make a token. Slacks is off it. He's just not making tokens, not floating mana, not getting cards. I don't know what's going on over here, but I don't think this game's going to go great for him. Time for 4th Eorlingus here. Attack with everything except Mother of Runes. Take it, and then throw a token at the Orcish Lumberjack to turn off the Cradle. I mean, we're done here. I can't really think of a way for him to to win here, and he does not. A nice little 10-minute match, and we are on to the finals. Ooh, we could be taking home the trophy here. Alrighty, time for round 3. Do or die. On the draw here, and not a great hand, but I don't think I can mulligan a hand that's got 2-drop into 4th, maybe. Turn 1 Ocelot Pride. Ugh. Okay, that's really good against my hand here. Burst Lightning? Or Firebolt, rather, I guess it would be. Nope. Okay. The good thing is, I do like playing against aggro decks. I like the aggro mirror a lot, actually. I feel like you can get a lot of mileage out of sideboarding. So they're going to have a 1/1 First Strike, Lifelink, and another 1/1, and I'm going to play an X1. But you know what? What can you do? They have a 2-drop here. I'm not happy. Okay, we'll go get my planes. Any action? Oh. Yeah, that's still better, I think, than playing Intrepid Adversary, so I'll just play Thraben Inspector. Obviously, that would have been a great draw on turn 1, but this is still potentially good. It blocks their squad. I can't believe they approved this graphic. I'm sure it'll be changed at some point here. It's just, it's just kind of wild here. A little out of control. I mean, if they use a removal spell on my Thraben Inspector, then I guess I'll just still hope to draw something to play because the Intrepid Adversary is still kind of a bad draw or a bad play. But I don't know. They're in the tank here. Maybe they don't have a way to kill it. That would be nice. Then I get to, at turn 4, I can start playing like Paragon and Headliner Scarlet, and those are pretty good. Okay, Blade Splicer, sure. That means they're not attacking. Oh man, they were going to get to copy their Golem token? That's sick. All right. Usher's at least kind of nice, because now I can just flood the board with idiots. I know I'm getting no value out of this Intrepid Adversary, but I've got a bunch of 4s in hand, so I don't really want to wait. They could have a removal spell here, and they've chosen not to use it on Thraben Inspector, but they're down to 4 cards. I mean, at some point, Headliner Scarlet, I might want to save just for the attack trigger. Okay, what do we got? What do we got for 4 mana here? I don't love playing Sarah Paragon without being able to immediately play something, but, oh, well, may not have the choice. That's fine, actually. My hand is 3 expensive cards and a 4th land, so it is annoying because if they take Sarah Paragon, like that is a card I would have wanted to have, but that leaves me with Headliner Scarlet 4th Earlingus, which is also still pretty good. They took Headliner Scarlet. Okay. Well, I guess I don't love that. They didn't attack. Well, they definitely should have. I'm just going to play the Sarah Paragon. If they kill it, they kill it. I don't really have any other plays to make. And I certainly don't want to play a 4th Earlingus for 2 here. That does not seem like it's particularly fruitful. So looking at our sideboard, we're definitely... Oh, they have the City's Blessing now. We're definitely going to want Mind Collapse and Flicker Wisp and Showdown. Flicker Wisp kills tokens, which is nice. Okay, Dothi Voidwalker into Skyclave. Well, I'm getting kind of owned now. So, what am I going to do? I'm probably casting 4th Earlingus next turn just to make 3 creatures. And I'm not blocking here. I don't really think that accomplishes a whole lot. They should be attacking with their Golem as well. They should have attacked last turn with the Golem, in fact. So, I guess I'll just count my blessings that they're not doing that as they count their City's Blessing. All right. I guess I still just play this 4th Earlingus because I want to have more idiots in play. And now I just need to draw, well, one of my kind of like good long game cards. Something like Gutter Bombardiers, I guess, actually isn't even crazy here because they have this Golem with First Strike back to block. You have a Voidwalker. It's going to kind of come down to I have to draw a bunch of spells in a row and hope that they don't have... Oh man, they're tapping a bunch of mana here. Guardian Scale Lord. Okay, they're not going to get anything back this turn from it, but they did put a big flyer into play. It's funny, their deck looks pretty well equipped for this matchup, even though a lot of these cards are like not the best against spell decks, but look like they're really good in creature decks. So I could trade 2 creatures for it. I think I'll just take it one more time. Let's draw. Oh, well. That's decent-ish timing. Carnage Interpreter. Discard nothing. Still no attacks. But now their attacks get a little worse. I guess if I draw a way to kill Guardian Scale Lord, it's maybe something. They have that Voidwalker in play. They didn't attack with the Voidwalker? Because they maybe wanted to use it if I lost something? Well, I guess one advantage I have is my opponent, I don't think, understands combat math quite as well as they could. So in a long game, I'll be able to get a little bit of an advantage. Like I already should have taken another 6 to 9 points of damage here. I guess what would have happened had they been attacking with Golem and Voidwalker like they should have, I would have had to block Grief down in unfavorable blocks. They figured it out, unfortunately. I don't have any 1-mana removal, so I don't think cracking a clue at this point in time is good. Oh, I see. They're attacking with the Blade Splicer so that next turn they can Guardian Scale Lord and put it into play. But I'm just going to have to assume that I'm going to draw a removal spell over this next turn or two. Plus, if they attack with that, I guess they still have an Ocelot Pride. I was looking at maybe getting to attack with this Intrepid Adversary and gain 3 life. Okay, crack a clue. Gonna need some good stuff here. Any Bombardiers? Nope. Draw. I mean, Mana Vault's not actually the worst. Draw step, they're gonna Ephemerate Grief. They have a pretty good Ephemerate deck. Alright. I'll discard my Mana Vault. That's not... It was actually gonna be kind of nice this turn to get to use Mana Vault to crack some clues, but it's not the end of the world here. What's the end of the world is that I'm just going to die to their flyers. Or flyer and Voidwalker here. Unless I draw something on this draw. I mean, Fire Blast does actually kill the Scale Lord. I think I want to play the Wooded Foothills in order to get Elegant Parlor. I have a lot of blockers. Let's see if I kill the Scale Lord. I can't block that anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah, I have enough blockers. All right, I'll attack with a Carnage Interpreter, and I'll kind of let them figure out how they want to block here. Well, drawing Fire Blast was great. It even lets me crack an additional clue at some point here. I think I'll pass on the 2 damage because I don't want them knowing that they're going to get Fire Blasted. Oh, they might also Ephemerate the Grief again. They could Ephemerate the Skyclave, but that doesn't seem... Well, I mean, I get a 4/4 token, which is kind of bad for them. We'll see. I'll let them decide. They could Ephemerate the Guardian Scale Lord, I guess, though that seems crazy. They're not going to do that. Ephemerate Grief, okay. Cast by sacking 2 mounds on Guardian Scale Lord. Okay. Scale Lord down. Their Voidwalker can now Fire Blast, but that's not that much of an issue in the sense that I have to kill the Voidwalker to win the game anyway. I mean, if their hand is just land, I get to draw a couple cards here. If I can get rid of the Ocelot Pride, I can also get a hit in with Intrepid Adversary. Oh no, they're paying mana. I don't like that. Yeah, they get to attack me if they want. Yeah, I'm at 3. Okay, and Barrowgoyf, 3/4. Well, let's crack this, go to 2. Get Elegant Parlor. I mean, we've got a shot here. I think I'm just hoping their last card is just a land. And in which case I have a couple looks at a way to kill this Dothy Voidwalker. And do I want to crack a clue now? I guess I actually should crack a clue now, because either way I'm going to get to crack another clue and draw for a turn after surveilling. Yeah. All right, it actually worked out well in that order. So I'd rather get one of my random draws first just to see. Crack another clue. Sunbaked Canyon. Crack this. And I died a Voidwalker. Okay. Definitely want Flicker Wisp. Mind Collapse. Showdown. Don't know about Tribal Flames. I actually don't want Fire Blast. I like Ragavan. Robber of the Rich doesn't seem fantastic. Just the boards get a little bit clogged, I think. And Intrepid, I think, is actually good. It just wasn't good in that particular game. And I need to cut one more. Yeah, I think I need the Mind Collapse because it kills the Guardian Scale Lord, which is pretty big. Texas Phoenix looks good. It's possible Usher is not that good either. It doesn't go well against Ocelot or Blade Splice or any of those things. All right, let's see how this goes. I got thoroughly demolished that game, but hopefully next game goes a little bit better. We'll see. All right, well, I'm on the play here. All right, I will keep this hand, and I'm going to lead on Mother of Runes. Hope I don't get a turn one griefed. Grief Ephemerate is definitely a play they could make. Mother of Runes is going to be unbelievable if it can survive, because it's just a creature matchup. The card's kind of unbeatable in creature matchups. Oh, this will be interesting. We'll see if they attack, huh? I was going to cycle this and play Elegant Parlor. I think I actually still will do that. And it makes Wooded Foothills... Ooh. I guess I should put a Braid on top. It makes Wooded Foothills no longer a Surveil land, but I think that's okay. I think I got to keep a Braid here. No, I'm glad I did. Let's see what Stoneforge gets. Am I going to be abrading the Stoneforge or... Oh, Shadow Spear. Okay. Shadow Spear, I guess I don't mind. Let's just play Wooded Foothills and pass. Maybe they'll go Shadow Spear, equip Ocelot Pride. That'd be kind of nice. Oh, Esper Sentinel, sure. That doesn't bother me too much. Let's just go get Plateau and spell, please. Yeah, I think I'm just going to lose to playing nothing, but that's all right. What can you do? Hopefully this isn't a Batter Skull. Yeah, I guess I've got to kill the Batter Skull, huh? Destroy target artifact. Yeah, we'll pay 1. So they don't draw off Esper Sentinel. And... wow, what a curve. Turn 1, Ocelot Pride. Turn 2, Stoneforge. Turn 3, Esper Sentinel, activate Stoneforge. I mean, if I draw Showdown of the Scalds, if I draw any of my like 4 or 5, sorry, not 5 mana, any like 4 mana plays or something, could maybe get there. Oh wow, they get to send Ocelot Pride to the skies. Okay, well, they're tapped out, so I'll block the Stoneforge. Give myself pro white. I go to 13. They get a token, and then end of turn get another token. Or sorry, 13 and get a token. And I drew a Mana Vault. All right, well, I'll pay 1 to prevent this. Yes. Get the Elspeth. Play the Mana Vault, even though I take 1. Pass the turn. They have Shadow Spear in hand, so they're going to get to equip that, and they're going to have the City's Blessing. So, yeah, I need to draw something next turn. I mean, I drew the Mana Vault, so if I draw Fourth Eorlingus next turn, I could actually cast Fourth Eorlingus for 7. It's pretty good. I could attack with like 5 of them and leave 2 back. If I draw Sarah Paragon, I could play like a Wooded Foothills and gain some life, or gain a life. Obviously, Showdown of the Scalds could be good. All right, I'm just going to need to draw something because right now I'm pretty far behind. Let's see. They equipped on the one creature that could already attack. I'm going to block still, I think. I'm not able to play around pretty much anything, so I think saving up myself a point of damage is pretty important. Okay, and end of turn they make 2 tokens. Let's go. I even get an extra draw off Sunbaked Canyon, but it'd be nice to just draw here. Flicker Wisp, okay. I guess that's a start, and I guess it's still probably worth cracking Sunbaked Canyon without tapping Mana Vault here. Well, if I have to use Mana Vault, I guess I can. Let's go Flicker Wisp. And Flicker a cat token. You know, if they don't have anything, then maybe, just maybe, because I can block the Stoneforge with Flicker Wisp and give it pro white. They can attack with everything, I guess. But then I can block the Ocelot Pride, so that they probably don't want to do that. I probably will use Reprieve this turn off Mana Vault. I just have to. And let's just hope they don't have anything and I draw well from here. And then we can win. Seems unlikely, but you know, you never know. Yeah, cycling the Oliphant did run a little bit more risk of flooding out, which is what happened, but it seems so far away. It was turn 2 that I was hoping I would have drawn a spell to play before then. I guess we'll see what they've got, because they're kind of in the tank here. I mean, if they're attacking with Stoneforge, they probably should attack with everything but maybe except Ocelot Pride. They shouldn't attack with Ocelot Pride, I don't believe. Because if they do that, well, if they attack with everything total, like with Ocelot Pride, I block Pride with Flicker Wisp, give it pro white, and then take 5 down to 6. Oh, they're casting a spell. Yeah, I'm going to reprieve that and pay for the Esper Sentinel. Yeah. I mean, it's still really good to attack with stuff because you trade Stoneforge for Flicker Wisp, but you get 2 cats out of the deal. But once you attack with Stoneforge, you have to attack with the 2 cats. And once you're doing that, I would attack with the Esper Sentinel too. Is kind of my... That would be my play, but no attacks. Well, like I said, we'll get a little mileage out of our opponent not being as aggressive as they could. They're at 23, so I could hit them for 8 here. That's not going to do much. Let's just cast Deathbreeder's Champion, give the counter to Flicker Wisp, and then pass the turn here. And then I need to draw an answer to Hero of Bladehold, which I don't have many of. I've got the Mind Collapse I sided in, and that's about it. The good thing is the Deathbreeder's Champion does actually lock the ground down. I don't think I can afford to untap this yet either. Cool. Fun game. Pass the turn. And I think they'll be able to figure out they should attack with everything here, but we'll see. Even if they don't, I'm still going to lose. So, yeah, we got pummeled pretty hard. But in the aggro mirror, when you stop on 5 lands versus basically stopping on 9 lands is what I've drawn if you count Mana Vault. So it goes. Well, I might have to wait another day to try to win a 64-player draft. They didn't attack? Oh, this is agonizing. All right. Well, better not play that land or they'll know I can't attack with everything. Cast Porcelain Legionnaire. Pass the turn. Actually, I'm just bluffing here for no reason. The thing that's sick is now they have the Staff of the Storyteller. Oh, and Ophelia. Okay, if they don't attack this turn, then I don't know what's going on, but they have me thoroughly covered. They have 3 more spells in hand. Yeah, I have 4 things in play. They have 8 plus 3 more spells in hand. Yeah. I mean, granted, a bunch of those are tokens, but still. I'm not sure what would... Shield Edict, each opponent sacks a non-token creature. I think I'm going to give Flicker Wisp pro white. And then sacrifice Mother of Runes. Okay. All right. Yeah, you got me. Did we get there? Oh, they got there. All right. Well, an unfortunate ending, but you know what? Sometimes that's the way it goes, and that'll do it. It's single limb. I lost in the finals. No second draft for me, but I'll be trying some more of these 64 player drafts. And as always, I appreciate you watching, even if even if you play against people under the stipulation that can't attack unless you have 4 times as many creatures as them. In any case, that'll do it for today. I'm happy you hung out, even if the last match was a bit of a bust. And I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.